Srimad Bhagavad Gita లోని అక్షర శిల్ప ఎప్పటికీ పురోగతికి సోపానం. This verse summarizes the importance of Gita. Krishna vriksha samudbhuta Gitamrita haritaki manushaihi kim nakhatyeta kalahu malavide. Where does this Gita arise? Krishna vriksha samudbhuta. It has come from the great tree of Krishna. Gitamrita haritaki. The Gitamrita haritaki is I don't know what exactly we call in English. We call karakkai in Telugu and English lo karakkai. This is a small nut-like thing, very bitter one, used for coughs and colds and haritaki. In Sanskrit it's called haritaki. I don't know the meaning. I mean, Hindi word. So why don't you use people? Why don't they take this medicine of this haritaki, which is from the tree of Krishna? What is the purpose of the medicine? Kalau malavirechani, which purges all the malina of the Kalima, which purges malavirechani. Kim nakhatyeta. Why they are not taking this medicine? Nakhatyeta kim. Why they are not taking this medicine? All the manushaihi kim nakhatyeta kalau malavirechani. Despite and overpower even the great-hearted persons like Arjuna, Arjuna's behavior is not concrete at the time of the lost on hand, and to put Arjuna's delayed train of thoughts on the rails, this backdrop has been created. The purpose. Why does he create Vedavyasa, this immortal poet? He expound the intricate philosophical truths to immortalize essential human values, to give us the workbook and protect us from devolving into peace and maintain our human dignity to help us evolve into divine beings. This is the very purpose of that. What distinguishes the Adi Shankaracharyas, the Swami Vivekananda, the Mahatma Gandhiji, and other great saints and fathers of all of us? Not their appearance, not their limbs, not their eyes, but the noble way in which they lived and stood for the great immortal values, and that made them immortal. Their very human existence that made them live forever, even though they are no more now. Then why not we also realize our inner power, the self-power, the power of the self, the Atma, and then so external beauty, possessions, names, and forms perish. It's only the imperishable one, the noble nature. always important. We have to evolve ourselves from this physical body into the immortal inner soul. Next one. Because we don't see God, we don't see Atma, but we think it's not there. Many of us are children. Where is God? Where is God? I have not seen. How do I believe which I have not seen? This is the simple answer would be, even before the microscope was invented, there were bacteria. Only after the microscope was invented, we knew that there are gamma rays, there are penetrating all over. If you have a gamma counter in this room, you find out that there are gamma rays. For example, there are cell phone rays of all the mobile companies in this. Only the person who is having the gadget can pick up the others cannot. The mother's love, intangible. It's not seen, but it's appreciated. These are not subjective things. These are not objective things to be cognized by your eyes, ears, and these are subjective experiences. The God, the soul, subjective experiences one has to experience. There are many things which are subjective, which we don't really be able to recognize with our senses. But that doesn't mean that they are not existing. So, all of us require a suitable detecting gadget, detecting device to perceive the unperceivable. Developing this tool in us is what is termed as insight, evolution, soul searching, Atma Jnana, Jnana Netra. All these things mean only one thing: perceive the imperceivable. Try and look beyond the mortal body. Try and look beyond the sensual things that we see around. Let us consider Gita as an allegory. Arjuna is the intellect. Above him is his Atmic power, the Krishna, ruling him and propelling him in the chariot. The bow in Arjuna's hand, the Gandiva, is the mind. His chariot is the body. The flag which holds on the chariot is the ego. The arrow are the horses are the sensory organs, and the two organs are the good and the bad. If we start looking at that way, Arjuna, for a bit of a moment, he was confused about what to do, whether to add or not to add, whether to display his enemy line, comprising of great grand size and all the way organs. Then immediately his intellect could not tell him whether he should do or not. Many of us are also in the same fix whenever we have a problem. Can we really apply and appeal to our Atma? That's what Arjuna is trying to do here. He is approaching his Atma power or the higher level other than the intelligence and asking his Atma power, the Krishna, about what to be done. This is a bit of a slide about the BMI, the body, mind, intellectual complex, not the body mass index, which we measure about your weight and height. Here it's called attention. W is the world outside. If you see the grey color area around there, is the world outside. We have no control over the world outside. We can't change it. It's not for us to do that. But we perceive the world through our body, which is composed of the indriyas, the sense organs, the input organs. And those inputs go to a level of mind or the manas. At the level of mind, these inputs will decide whether to take particular action or not. For simpler things, the mind itself decides and then gives a command, yes you do or not. For little complicated things, the mind appears a little higher level and then asks the the mind is asking you to go and drink the wine in the party. And then immediately it appears to the intellect. Okay, is it okay for you to go and have a? The intellect then says to do or not, depending on how the intellect is conditioned. For example, a small baby is crawling on the floor. Let's say there's a small snake. The baby is, we go and catch the snake. Because has seen the Indriyas, has seen the moving snake, the mind is asking the child to catch the snake. But the intellect is not developed to the child to say that this is a snake, you should not touch it. It will go and touch it. An inebriated man, an alcoholic person, who is totally drunk, his mind is not under the control of the intellect. The intellect is totally clouded because of the intoxication. And he acts whatever he feels like. He does whatever he feels like. He behaves in an unmanly way. That is because the intellect is not able to control the mind at that time. Similarly, for many of us, if you don't develop the faculty of the intellect of the buddhi, the mind will take you in different directions. So it's important for all of us to take impulses from the environment, get them channeled automatically into the mind. The mind has to apply it to the intellect. The intellect of the buddhi has to give the discriminating power. What is real, what is unreal, what should be done, what should not be done. Sometimes the intellect also cannot take a decision about that. Then comes all the soul searching, all the satsangas, where we fall back on something higher, appeal to our Atmic power. That's what exactly is happening in Arjuna's mind. So if you look at this WBMI, the world outside we have no control, but the body, the indriyas, we can restrain the inputs depending on whether we like to have certain inputs or not. Just like the door of the house. The mind can be conditioned, the intellect can be developed. But what we fail to recognize is we can also develop the Atmic power. If we develop the Atmic power, or the soul power, obviously we will be in a different plane of life and we will be in a different level of understanding about the humanity, how we conduct ourselves, we will totally exceed. All the spiritual knowledge is to educate us, to tell us, to give us a direction how we move as an up from the intellect level to the Atmic level. This is summarized in the sloka from Bhagavad Gita itself. Next one. Indriyani paranyah indriyebhyah param mana manasas para buddhi buddhe parakastu saha. Indriyani means indriyas. Next one slide. You see the exterior world, the world, WBMI, world is there. In the hierarchy, you see here, the sense organs or the indriyas, they are under control of the body of the Sahida. And through the body, the sense organs take it to the mind, the manas. Indriyani paranyah, indriyebhyah param mana, manasastu para buddhi. The mind is under control of the buddhi. Buddhi parakastu saha. Buddhi is still under the control of somebody superlative one. That is the para, the parasati, the para power, or the superlative power, or the Atmic power. So this hierarchy has to be respected. If you do not evolve and stop short at the level of the indriyas or at the level of the mind, we are becoming ourselves a very sorry state of human beings, and we will be having a very bad example for ourselves. All of us must ascend up to the level of intellect, no doubt, and we also should try and become and acquire our Atmic power. Klaim asmagamah partha nayetatyupapadyate shudram hridaya kalpalam cito uttishta parantapa. The word Kairiam means unmanliness, inhuman nature, not behaving as though you are an educated evolved. Klairiam asmagamah partha yetat naupapadyate. This does not suit your behavior. This does not suit your vision. This sort of unmanly behavior of you is absolutely is not congruent with you. Shudram hridaya daupalvyam. The main weakness of heart about thinking, I am saying, I am doing, I am sort of doership is really guilty and getting sorrow and then becoming trembling and all that is hridaya daupalvyam shudram. Lowest Ekto, please lead off. Uttistha, arise. Parantapa. What a shame. Where is the man in you? He is not impotence and cowardice. It is uncharacteristic of you. Cast out this mean weakness of the heart. Arise, take up the task on hand. Only the weak, mean, and the foolish run away from duty. It's okay. Arjuna immediately has realized that a very wonderful instruction is going to come. He is asking, who does not know the rules of mind? Everyone knows the rules. Everyone knows what is good. Everyone knows what is bad. Then why people are committing bad things? Why people are going in a negative direction? This is the question he is raising. If it is so, kena prayukto ayam papam charati purushaha. Ayam purushaha papam kena prayukto charati. By whose impulse they are doing, by whose compulsion they are doing in all these negative ways. Anichinnapi. Even though they are not interested to do it. Even though they don't want to do the negative thing. What are they doing? Anichinnapi Vashneya. The word Vashneya refers to Krishna. Vrishni Vamsam is there. That is Yadava Vamsam is also called the Vrishni Vamsam. The man, the person coming from the Vrishni Vamsam is called Vashneya. Oh Vashneya, oh descendant from the Yadava Vamsha. As though somebody is compelled to do all bad things. Why people commit sins in spite of knowing the rules? Everyone knows the rules. Don't you know how to behave, how to conduct ourselves, how to react to a situation? But we all do the same thing again and again. Same mistakes are not even new mistakes. Same mistakes again. Same, we fall prey to the same vices, same. Athakena prayuktoyam papam charati purushaha anichinnapi vashneya balavati maniyojita. Immediately see the response of the Lord. Kamayesha krodhayesha rajo gunatamsah mahashano mahapapa. Oh Victor, you are a great man. Raised a wonderful question. Kamayesha krodhayesha. Yesha, this, the intense desire to have whatever you wanted, whatever your desires are wanted to have. Krodhayesha, the rage, the anger, the wrath. Rajo guna sambhava. These are coming out of the Rajoguna, or the passionate disposition of people. There are sattvic, rajasic and tamasic type of qualities. The rajasic qualities are the passionate type of qualities in you, propel you to do all the bad things through the kama and krodha. Kamayesha krodhayesha rajo guna sambhava. These two, mahashanu, their appetite can never be satiated. No, satiety for the appetite of kama and krodha. Mahashanu, goppa tindipotu. How much amount of food did you give? Still they are. Mahapapa. Very enemies which are putting you to do. The question, but by what impel the man commits sin, though unwilling and still as it were by some force? It is the desire, the karma, and the closest friend, anger, krodha. This duo, all duo, Mahashana, Mahapapa, all sinful. Annihilate polarity in us. Know them to be your worst enemy. He is further dilated on how man will go to, man will stoop down and fall prey to different situations. Dhyayato vishayan pumsaha sangaste upajayate sangat sanjayate kama kama krodho vijayate krodha bhavati samoha samoha smriti vikramaha smriti bhramsha buddhinasho buddhinashat pranashyati. Giving a culture to Arjuna, how one will go down. Dhyayato vishayan pumsaha, incessant negative thoughts. Keep on thinking about negative things. Sangaste upajayate, sanga attachment, upajayate, attachment arises. Sangat sanjayate kama, the attachment begets desires. It helps desires. Kama krodho vijayate, the anger, what is the rage, the wrath. Krodha bhavati samoha. Once we are having the krodha, we get deluded. When we get the krodha, we don't know what we are talking, how we are talking. We behave totally as a different human being. Krodha bhavati samoha, samoha smriti vikramaha. Smriti is loss of awareness of the reality. Smriti bhramsha buddhinasho. The BMI, the intellect is lost. Intellect is not taking control of the indriyas in the mind. Buddhinashat pranashyati. Nasyati another is enough. He says pranashyati. Emphatically says man is total utter shadow of the world. So the incessant comfort beget attachment, attachment gives rise to desires, desires beget, if not fulfilled, beget anger, and though that anger creates delusion, delusion causes loss of awareness of the results, and then loss of awareness of what is happening and how we react, and then that results in discrimination being destroyed and personality perishes. Now that Krishna, Arjuna is coming back. Okay, you have said a wonderful way of understanding, and you have given me the flow chart how I get into problems if I don't properly control my mind and allow my intellect to be clouded. But the mind is not an easy one to control. It's a very difficult thing of all the things in the world. To control the mind is something which is very difficult. That's what he's putting. Chanchalam niman Krishna pramadhi baladhrudam tasyaham niraham manye vajhoriva sudushkaram. Oh Krishna, this manaha, mind, chalam. I mean, is there? That is our chalam, chanchalam. Chanchalam he, but Krishna, mind is varying from place to place. Pramadhi, very dangerous. But very powerful. Dridham, stubborn. Not bad. How many times you tell the mind? Again it wants to bring the thing. He has used so many words. Chanchalam, Pramadhi balavat drodham tasya, that mind, nigraham, for me to control that mind. Vayoriva sudushkaram. You ask me to control the gale wind, probably with my handy or power, I can put my hand off the while they are stop. But this mind, you see, very difficult. Chanchalam, Pramadhi, Balam, Drudha. This is the question he has raised. Next. Oh Krishna, why speak of this monkey mind? This mind of ours is very stubborn and dangerous too. If you ask me to restrain the gale wind, perhaps I will be able to do it with my mind, but not restraining the mind. What do you say? See the reply. The key is training the manas or the mind, which must subserve the buddhi. You have to respect the hierarchy. The mind should be under the subserving power of the buddhi. It must be the servant of the buddhi. Mind cannot act on its own. It must appear to the intellect and ask whether to do or not to do anything. So developing that is a challenge, and it's not that easy. That's what he says next. Asamshayam Mahabahu. Oh great warrior Victor Arjun, I fully concur with you. Not even a trace of doubt that mind is daring, stubborn, Pramadhi, Balavat. Mano Durnigraham. It cannot become. Chalam, as you said, it is traveling to, but Abhyasena Vairagena Kauteya Grihyate. Abhyasena tu Kauteya Vairagena Chakryate. This mind can be handled. Imagine it is a bike, you are riding a bike. The handle should be, there are two grips. So one grip is the abhyasa, the other grip is the vairagya, the detachment and the practice. Practice and the detachment are the two handles through which you can handle the very valuable mind. First you start practicing, and then you start practicing detachment from the fruits of action. Actions you should not detach. If you don't act, how does the world go? The driver doesn't drive your car, how does the car go? The man doesn't work, and how does he find his family? So work should not be stopped. The anxiety about the food should be detached. That is right. We'll come to that a little bit. So Krishna has given a very emphatic answer, saying, I do agree with whatever you say, but still there is a way out for all of us. And this is by detachment and then the abhyasa. Abhyasa is the practice, detachment is the wider. Yes, my dear Victor, I fully concur with your view. But where there is a will, there is the will, there is the way. And while under this new power and following, believe me, it is possible to tame this monkey mind only by constant practice, abhyasa and detachment, the wider. It can be handled well by abhyasa and the wider. Now, supposing we want to do a task, the child is there, he is preparing for his exams. He has to study. How to go about doing a task? From here on, it's all practical ways of things. We are not going to the philosophical part of the Gita. Where we all about Atma and those things we are not going to discuss. We are going to take some day-to-day problems and how to handle those things. This is a workbook, we said. So let's use this workbook and then go about that. How exactly one has to be seated for what? Let's take an example, a child studying. If he keeps the book like this and sleeping on the bed and or he keeps it on the bed and then start leaning on that and totally laying flat up to 5 minutes sleep. So it's a position for doing anything. As a driver to drive the vehicle should be properly seated. at a comfortable height to see the road, to see the end of the vehicle. It should not be too low, not too low. So for every task, there is a position that must involved, and for doing that task, you have to properly place yourself. Shujau deshe pratishthapya sthiramasanam sthiramasanam nati chitram nati nicham nati uchitra uchitra means it is high, nati nicham not low. The seat should not be at a very great height, nor it should be lower. It's a perfect level. We say on the computer at the high level you have to keep, then only extend will be less, and you have to go at the laptop, so your arm should not be, should be resting there, they should not be hanging, something like that. Suchau deshe pratishthapya, the environment be clean and then very calm, serene for the work to do. Sthiram asanam atmanah. The boy should not be told, 6 years or 2 hours, do and complete this homework and get this result by the 2 hours. Nobody should restrict. Atmanah, on your own. Sthiram asanam, be on the seat. Nobody should compel a person to get tied to the seat. On his own, on our own, we should commit for that. So the boss should not say, oh, you should not go out of this room till the evening until you complete your project. It is for him whether he completes the project by the evening or tonight or he has to adjust his time. If immediately he goes for a cup of coffee or relaxation, it's okay. Atmanah Suchau deshe pratishthapya sthiramasanam nachuchritam natinicham chedakina kushodalam. Cheda, cloth. Ajina, deer, I mean the leather from any animal leather. Kusha, the darpa, what we call the kusha darpas. So the seat should have properly cushioned. The lowermost part should be spongy and cushiony. On top of that, put a leather seat. On the leather, you put a cloth so that you can wash. So very simple. Those days, they have given you how to prepare a proper seat. The seat must be properly cushioned. On top of that, a leather cover. Leather is in warm weather it becomes cool. In the cool weather it becomes warm. It gives you comfort. That's why you prefer leather seated cars. And on top of it, put a cloth so that you can wash whenever you want any spills there. So your seat should be comfortable in this. Uttaram means from up, from top to bottom. Top should be the chair, then will be the ajina, then will be the cushion. Wonderful, isn't it? Such a nice detail of how a seat should be there, how one should be seated. Make yourself comfortable before the focus student in a clean, calm, serene environment. Concentrate on the task, not by the force, but by yourself. Be properly seated, not too high, not too low. Properly cushioned, soft material, leather, and then soft. Concentrated effort is yoga. Work as if you are a person. See the details about how to be seated in such a nice way they have given. Sorry, okay. We have starting the work. Then how do I position myself? I have got to see everything. Samam kaya sirogrivam dharayan achalam sthiram sampreksha dasikadram dishasya navada. Kaya, body. Siro, head. Grivam, neck. Samam. If a head, neck and body are in one central line like that, how can the driver drive? How can the surgeon operate? How can the student study? Like not that. Kaya, your activity, what is the activity? Whatever you do with the body. Zero, thought process. Grivam, the word the speech. Some make them concrete. What you speak is what you think, is what you do. Don't do something and say something and think something. You should be thinking of what you are going to do, and then the same thing should be also expressed in your verbal and then physical. Beautiful, isn't it? Samam kaya sirogri kayam sirogri dharayan. Two words there. Achalam stiram. Achalam means from one task to another not. Stiram is keeping on the same task, on the subpart of the task, keeping on that particular aspect. Achalam stiram. For example, inter-moment, intra-moment. Now I am not stiram. I am intra this moment, but I am achalam because I am not gone. So I am not gone. Achalam stiram. So your mind should not be focusing on multitasking. Multitasking is no advice in your all your. But you can do multitasking, provided you are competent enough, you are trained enough to handle certain things. But for a beginner, for a youngster, it's always better. It takes one task at a time, one at a time, and even on that, on a particular aspect which he is working, that should be the purpose. Samam kaya siyogivam dharayan achalam stiraha sampreksha nasikabham vishasya. Sampreksha nasikabham. Look at the tip of your. Sorry, 24 hours. Let me say I am looking at the tip of my nose. I get headache. Isn't it? Can you do any work only concentrating on the tip of the nose? You can. You have to. Here the word tip of the nose means if you put your eyesight on the tip of the nose, automatically it comes on to the work on hand. So try and see. Just focus your attention on the nose, and immediately you see your two hands. Focus your attention on the work and hand. Dishasya navalokayam. Maybe confused. Then he is telling, don't look hither and thither. Focus on the task on hand. Dishasya navalokayam. This is a beautiful way of instruction for us. How we should conduct a particular task, anything for that matter, a driving, an operation, playing a musical instrument, a dancer. Suppose she is dancing, she keeps on drishti on the nasikaka. How does she dance? She has to focus the thing on the task on hand and not on the jewelry of the garland or the sari or something like that. So the idea is to keep your focus on the work on hand and make your thought process, the speech and the mind concrete. Sankalpa prabhavan kyatva sarvan aseshataha manasaiva indriyadam vinyam samam tata. Where from this comes arising sankalpa prabhav, from the sankalpa, that is inner desire, sankara. This way I want to do this, I want to have this, I want to go like this, I want to behave like this. That is sankalpa. The kama, the desire, is the next step of sankalpa. That's what we already see in the flow chart. Sankalpa kama kyatva. You have to annihilate or remove all those kamas. How many of them? All desire prompted activities. And another word here is aseshata. Not a little bit of that desire should be. Sarma, number, aseshata, quality and quantity. Both by quality wise and quantity wise, you put out all the desire prompted activities, which are coming from your sankalpa. Manasevendriya, with the mind, indriya grama. Grama means group. Grama means big village. Grama means group of people staying in one place. Grama Sanskrit means group. Indriya grama, the group of indriyas, the five. Manasaiva, with the mind, you control the indriyas. Viniyamya. Niyamya, perfectly, then Niyamya is Viniyam. Samam tataha, the strength to the extent required. Samam tataha means to the extent required. Supposing you restrain all the indriyas, close your eyes, everything, there are no inputs, then you can't see the whole world. So that's why Samam tataha is all unwarranted mental activity born out of unwarranted thinking, sankalpa prabhavan, must be totally eradicated. Sarvan aseshata. Renounce the very thought of the results of action. Completely restrain all the senses by the mind from all disturbances. Viniyamya samantha. Next. Some more steps is said. Practical steps for concentration, doing anything. Shanahi shanayena paramaya buddhya pratigrahitaya atmasamstam manakritva nakinchida vichintayet. Okay, one wants to give away his habit of smoking or alcohol. It's not one day process. Shanayhi, step by step. Uparami buddhya. You remove the buddhi from those things. Uparama means taking it away from that. That energy channeled into Shanai Uparame buddhya dhriti grahitaya. Dhriti is fortitude, the confidence that you can do it. Atmasamstam manakritva. Then the energy is removed from all the activity. That energy, atmasamstam kritva, turn it inward. Nakinchida vichintayet. Don't think of even slightest disturbance about how I am able to, I am not smoking, I am not able to drink. These are like fairly. That's what he said. Next. Step by step, little by little, shanai. Uparame buddhya, being the senses and practice fortitude with intelligent discipline, establish the mind in the supreme task of hand and turn the energy inward. Atmasamstam manakritva nakinchida vichintayet. Nothing else. Some more steps for concentration. Yato nischarati manaschancharastiram tadastato niyamneva tadatmaneva vasham nayet. Yato, in which places and what objects. Manaschancharastiram. Your manas is very chanchalam, already he has told. And that manas is going here and there. If you want to concentrate on the golf and so many disturbances are coming. I want to watch the baseball game. I want to watch something else. I want to go to my friend. I want to go on an internet chat. I want to write something on the Facebook. So many disturbances are there. You list them out. What are the distractions for your studies, for your task on hand? I'm taking a student and I am taking a student. Like that even for the worker in the hospital. Several disturbances. He has to call home, he has to call his girlfriend, he has to do so many other things, he has to pick up his car repair. All those things. Shanai, yato nischarati manaschancharastiram. What are all the negative things which are pulling me away from my thought? First, let me list it out, just like a to-do list. And then, tadastato, all those things, whatever you have listed, niyamyaiva, restraint. Atmanyaiva, by yourself. Nobody will restrain. Nobody should restrain. Supposing the mother restrains, it will be only for the while until the mother is seeing. The moment the mother disappears for work, this boy is out. If the boss is restraining, the moment the boss is out, you have to work. So, Atmanyaiva Vasham. Again, Thayetna, Nayet. Nayet means very taming way, very tender way. Bujjaginchi cheppadam. So, and then keso the mind, and then ask the mind to be alert, and then and don't use force to do that. Not by Thayet, by Nayet. Beautiful way of instructing us how to be focused. Yato nischarati manasyancharamasthiram tatastato niyamyaiva tadatmaneva vasham nayet. Identify the areas in which mind frequently indulges in wandering, list them out, focus on the weaknesses of your mind, restrain it not by force, but by careful training and turn it towards the cross on hand and inward. Thus we can handle the shrew mind. The question was, Chanchalamji Maharaj Krishna Pramadhi Bhagavad. For that he has given a lecture of 6 or 7 steps. How to go, Sankalpa Prabhavan Kaman, Jayata Vishayam Kamsaha, Kamayesha Prabhayesha. Then he has given some external picture, Yato Nishchati Manasyancharam, Samankaya Sirogi. So all the instructions are for us to restrain the mind and put it on the rail. The derailed mind should be put back on the rail. Not by force, but by training, but by very soft way of doing it. Children also should never use force to do their task. If you use force, one day he will listen, after 1 month he will lag on, he will fall into his mood. Explain them the difficulties that they get challenges, they are not going to do this. Then let them decide. They want to do it this way or that way. They have to explain it. Undue physical restraint is going to give a lot of problems for the giver as well as the taker. The person who imposes the restrictions will feel tense and unnecessarily agitated. The person who is imposed also will be unduly agitated. I hope you are noticing that left corner is the reference of the sloka from where we got. The Roman letters indicate the Adhyaya and the numerals indicate the sloka. Karmendriyani samyam yaste manasasman indriyathan vimudhatma michchata sauchyate. Okay, I wanted to quit smoking. So today I have controlled my behavior. I have never bought a packet of cigarette, never took any cigarette from a friend. Slowly I wanted to do it. But always I am praying, no, I am not smoking, better I would have smoking, because this headache is coming because of that, and I am not happy without smoking. Why don't I be like that? Why am I risky? Mentally I am having the anxiety. Such a sort of detachment or not doing a thing is only hypocrisy. Mithyacara sauchyate. A person who has physically renounced but mentally still craving for that object, sense of that. Physical renunciation has come, but mental renunciation is not established. Mental clinging and craving is still there. That begets anxiety, and such a person is a hypocrite. There is no purpose in restraining the sense organs by force and not thinking of the sensual pleasures in the mind and enjoying them. A strong intention in the mind to commit a murder, external deceitful appearance, is more criminal than an actual murder. That's why people who did motivated murder, they had higher punishment than an impulsive murder. Supposing by impulse somebody attacks me and immediately I stab, I get a lesser punishment. Suppose I plant a bomb, do this, take poison, mix it, and do all that, I get a greater punishment because I have mentally planned everything to kill that person. So that's why such a person who is mentally still craving is called a hypocrite or mithyakara sauchyate. Adhishtanam tatha karta karanam cha pruthakvitham vividhasya pruthakchesta evam chaiva prapanchamam. Adhishtanam tatha karta karanam cha pruthakvitham. So for any activity to be successful, he has listed 5 components. This could be 1 hour management class. If you take it into a 5-star hotel and then do a lecture on this using this sloka as a management class, people will pay $500 for each seat and then be there and listen. Such a wonderful message is there. Next. So what are the 5? Adhishtanam, the seat of action. supposing I want to get a cardiac surgery done, bypass surgery. Let's say I'm having heart problem and bypass surgery has to be done. The state of facts in the hospital, I assume, should be one of the best hospitals. With all the technology, the know-how, the state-of-the-art hospital for that particular problem. That's the understanding. The doer, that's the operation, should be the most qualified, most experienced person to do that. Karanam Chaprasat Ritham. Different rhythm. Many types of karanams input channels. The ECG report, the treadmill report, the echo report, the annual report, all the inputs. The doer requires also to come. Chesta, Vividhasya Pruthak Chesta. The responses of those inputs. Suppose while operating, seeing the monitor, pulse oximeter, there is oxygen monitor, or the cardiac monitor. Depending on that, he has to adjust the medicines, the dose, the procedures, and all those things. So those are the modern things. So for any person to be successful, I give an example of a doctor doing surgery. For example, supposing I want from here, I want to go to Los Angeles. I will take a car. This car should be a good car. The driver should be competent, qualified. Different inputs of the car, like flashing lights in the opposite car, the mirror, the front mirror, the windshield, the motor components of the car, the accelerator, the brake, the clutch, whatever it is, and the steering wheel, the power steering, and all should be in perfect order. The person can reach safely. But there is another fact which is called Daivam Chaiva Prapancham. In spite of taking care of all these things, there is a fifth factor there, and that is called the Daivika. But what we normally do is we don't take care of the first four factors and say, okay, Daivam. Let the Bhagavan we will leave everything to Bhagavan. That is foolish. Oh Arjuna, don't be fooled. First you have to take care of all your four steps. Asisthanam, Latha, Karta, Karanam, Cha, Pruthak. Vividhasya, Pruthak, Chesta. Daivam, Chaiva, After Pancham. Leave the possibility of the Daivika factor to the minimum possible. If you take care of the first four to the greatest extent, the last part will become very small, negligibly small. Negligibly small. In spite of all that, we have wanted to go to Los Angeles. There was an earthquake on the way, everything was good. That's the diary. The cardiac surgeon did everything possible, best hospital, best doctor, all good inputs, all inputs, everything. Unfortunately, you become some misfortune in the patient. We lose around 1 to 2% of the patients when we do this. That's the danger. That we can't keep it as an important thing. Okay, we will bank on the Daivika factor or Adrishta factor. Drishta is seen, Adrishta unseen. Unseen factor is Adrishta. Adrishta means what is unseen, unplanned. Don't depend on the unplanned or unseen part of the story. Depend on what is important. Adhisthana, Karta, Karanam, Choicest. These are the four steps. So I think this you can apply to anything in the whole world. Like a student preparing for Stanford University, to a surgeon, to a dancer, to a musician, to a driver. You can put these things in mind and then write down this management story for anything. Shreyam Sadharmo Vipurah Paradharma Swadhita Svabhavaniyam Kadma Now Proti Vishnu Shreyam Swadharmo Vipurah. There is no degree of level. Swadharma, the type of duty you do, is very, very precious. Shreya. Even if